Welcome, Gilbert, to Oilers Lunch. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks, Bob.
How's it feeling this year for you? You seem a lot more settled in.
Yeah, I think I'm just feeling a lot more comfortable out there in my surroundings, especially too. You know, I like Edmonton as a city, and I'm getting comfortable in the locker room with all the guys.
You ever think about how incredible this journey has been for you? Because you've battled some things. Your parents were separated when you were 2 years old. Your sister Leah passed away when you were 9. She was 12. She had cerebral palsy. I mean, it must have been tough for your mom just to have gotten you off to play hockey when you were younger.
Yeah, definitely. I left home when I was 15 to play junior, and I've been gone, living with billets or on my own ever since. So my parents haven't, had me around as long as most parents would have their kids around. But, it is hard on my mom to see me gone, but she knows, that I'm doing what I love, and she respects that and gives me the space. She
was a real trooper, wasn't she? Like, there were some tough times when you were a kid, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and times in which you had to stay with neighbors and stuff like that when your sister's illness had picked up.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes my sister would be, not feeling well, have to go to the hospital in the middle of the night, and I'd wake up, on a school night and just go upstairs to my neighbors or whoever to take care of me, basically, and that was, my life from day to day.
Does it make you feel pretty special just to be playing in the NHL at this time? Or does it put things in perspective?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very thankful to be doing the job I'm doing, and I think it's one of the best jobs in the world, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I'm very happy and thankful to be in this position, no doubt.
A younger guy, you come from another organization last year. You had a pretty good preseason. Some of us thought you should have been here right from the start of the year. How frustrating was it last year? Here in town, and you get recalled a couple times, but spending most of the year in Springfield in the American Hockey League.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, especially when you play 2 seasons in the NHL before, and then you go back to the minors. It's kind of like you're taking a step back, but I think it was kind of a learning process for me the whole year, and I just took it day by day, and that's all I could really do is play my best and do the best with what I had.
It was communicated to me, Gilbert, that the Oilers organization were concerned that you'd lost your scoring touch, and one of the reasons why they wanted you to go down to the American Hockey League was to play in a top 6 role and really claim your offensive touch back. Do you buy that?
Yes and no. I think it was good to go down there and play, a lot more than I had been playing in the previous years, playing on the power play, penalty kill, everything. But at the same time, I think I've always had that scoring touch. I just need the confidence back to, go out there and play my game and just get that touch back that everyone's talking about.
When we talk about confidence for a player, are we really talking about getting an opportunity from the coaching staff? Is that the biggest part of confidence?
I think getting that opportunity gives you confidence. The more Pat puts me out there, the more he plays. I think, the more confident I get with each shift, basically.
You had a sit-down off-season discussion with Pat Quinn.
Yeah.
Obviously, it took place in Vancouver, I'm assuming, but what was it like?
Yeah, it's I know Ron Toigo pretty well, and he knows Pat. They're in contact quite a bit. He's the owner of the Giants, and we basically just said, we should talk with Pat, and I should go have a lunch, and I think it was a good idea, and I started to see Pat and sit down with him, and he's a really nice guy, very down-to-earth, and he just treated me like a normal guy. He didn't, talk down to me or anything like that, like, some people have in the previous years. He just took me in, and he said, you need to get playing, basically, and this is your time to play, and I said, of course. I agreed with him, so.
You mentioned Ron Toigo, and Vancouver has really sort of developed as an elite-level WHL organization. You had a very special time playing for the Giants, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
What were sort of from your end, what happened during the time in which you played in Vancouver that really helped elevate you to become a top 10 NHL draft choice?
Just the people I had around me were great. Our coaches, just from our managers down to everyone, the owners were just treated our players so well. They took care of everyone on that team, no matter where you were, the top player, the goalies, anyone. They took care of you so well, and I think that led into the games where we were, very happy in the dressing room, just a collective group, and everyone played very well.
You get drafted by Doug MacLean in the Columbus Blue Jackets, 6th overall, was it, in 2005? They keep you right away. You got hurt a couple times the first season. What happened?
2 games into the season, I broke my sternum. I got hit pretty hard by Roman Hammerlich. He's a big boy, and he just crushed me, and I basically was like this. Crushed my sternum, broke right in the middle, and then I think I played 5 games after that, after rehabbing for about a month, and then I broke my fibula in my leg, and I was just not happy when the second one happened. I knew that I would probably be going back to junior, and it was very tough to take that.
Do you think maybe they rushed you a bit? Were you physically mature enough? I mean, you get 2 injuries where your body breaks down. Were they freak things, or was it a byproduct of the fact that maybe you hadn't physically quite filled out yet?
Yeah, I know. I was 18 years old, so I still was developing, and I wasn't as big or as muscular as I am even now. But I think I was ready to play. I think I had a great start to my preseason, especially that year, but just a couple freak injuries. I've never really had anything that serious happen to me before.
I think you had 2 goals and 4 points in 7 games. Like, you had some decent offensive numbers. Then the next kind of 2 years, it tailed off a bit for you, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, honestly, I just didn't have the drive to do what I wanted to do and be the player I wanted to be out there.
Why didn't you have the drive?
It was tough, with playing in Columbus. I wasn't getting a lot of opportunity, and sitting on the bench and playing 5 minutes a game, and that's very tough for someone to get going and build confidence from that when you just play 1 or 2 shifts a period.
An NHL executive said to me, he said, Gilbert Brule is on the precipice of becoming the player he should be. We're just not sure if it's going to be a Darcy Tucker or a Michael Peckett. When you hear comparisons to that, is that flattering? Is that a good comparison, or did you hope to be maybe a better offensive player than those guys even?
It's still early to tell, but it is. I think it is an honor to be compared to guys like Darcy Tucker and Mike Peckett. I had a chance to play with Mike Peckett in Columbus a bit, and he's a great guy, a really good leader, and obviously he's had a pretty good career. So
you take a look at a guy like Penner, all that he's gone through, called out last year by his coach, the fans booing him, and guys, second-guessing his ability, his commitment, his work ethic. And then this year, he's one of the best power forwards in the National Hockey League. Is there a lesson in Dustin Penner for you in terms of keeping your head up and keeping the faith and keeping believing?
I think that's it. Is you have to believe in yourself, and you can't lose faith in your abilities and the things you can do on the ice. No matter what's going on around you in the game and the media, who's saying this and that about you. I think as long as you believe in yourself and you know what you can do, and you truly believe that, then I think you'll be fine.
Gilbert, thanks a lot for joining us on Oilers Lunch.
Thanks a lot, Bob.